to Homesteading the Pioneer Way. Well, today I was going to show you a pallet barn that I'm building. It doesn't look like I'm going to get it finished. The door is going to be from right here. This is just a 2x4 that I had to put here because to brace it till I can get the door fixed. But the 2x4, actually this 2x4 was going to go here, but it's this 20 foot long, and when I put two 10x10s together, this is where it went, and not here. Because the door's, you know, not exactly, it's going to be center, but it's not exactly center. So I had to put the 2x4 there and nail it to those two crossbars, and then I put a crossbar across it to kind of hold it, brace it. That's coming down, and it's going to be right here to make my, well, where's my finger? It's going to be right here to make my door. This is going to be my door right here to here. It's about 3 foot, maybe 4, enough to get a wheelbarrow in there. And it's going to be 8 foot tall. 6 foot is going to be enclosed. And then 2 foot is going to have hardware cloth around it for ventilation. And it's going to have a top on it, which is not on it yet. And because it's not on it yet, I've just makeshift. I went ahead and put my pallets up for my, well, I've made the whole thing out of pallets, as you can see. The whole thing is made out of pallets, and I've got 2x4 on top of them, tying them together. And I've made stalls out of pallets. It's like a 2 foot walkway between the stalls, and the stalls are about 3 foot, at least, maybe 4. I've got 11 of them. And I've got to get some stuff out of here, like pieces of wood and but anyway, I've got 11 stalls, and 3 or 4 doves have, actually 5 or 6 have gotten one stall. It's kind of tight, and they've kind of, but anyway, see, I can stand here in the hallway, and as you can see, this is the back wall. It's just made with pallets. It's just made with pallets, and then I've got 2x4s across it. So I can stand here in the center and take a rake and clean out each one, and wipe it on, rake it on down the middle, come down to right here and rake it out the door. And then, like I said, this doorway is going to be wide enough for wheelbarrow. So I can either bring it in here or leave it out there and just take it out and put it in, and then come back and get the rest of these. And like I said, I haven't got it finished yet. I haven't got the tin. That tree's got to come down before I can put that piece of tin up. So that's the problem. And it doesn't look like, it's already been some really cold weather, so it doesn't look like I'm going to get it up. So I just had some odd and end pieces of tin that I have put on top of these so that the goats can go ahead and get in them. Of course, I have got the stalls that they were in. They've been in for the last several years. I just had 6 does for 3 or 4 years now, and I just want to make them a bigger pen with a little stall for each one. I've got 10 does now, and I've got 11 stalls. I could have put another one right here if I hadn't put the door, so I may spread these out and make them just 2 great old big ones, and could use those for breeding. I mean, not breeding, but birthing stalls. When I got maybe a couple going in labor at the same time, I could put them in these bigger ones. When I get it built, I could put one pallet right here, and then one right in the middle and make 2 great old big ones. Anyway, that's how we roll and and doing things the Pioneer way. We just make do with what we've got. And like I said, it's going to be nice when I get it fixed because it'll have the 6 foot. And this right here is just laying here. I've just got it tacked up till I get to where I can put that up. That's going to go up a little higher like this. And I've got one to go on the back side. They're right here. I've got 2 more 1x4s to finish. See, I've got this one here, and then one up there, and one here, and one up there. So I've got those 2 that I've got to put, well, that one's there, and I've got one more to put on the other end. And then I've got the 10, as you can see, laying down back there to finish the sides. But it doesn't look like I'm going to get the roof on before winter. That's why I went ahead and just made do with these. I had 10 laying around. So I'm just making do. That's what pioneers do. They just make do with what they've got. Now, this is a shelter I've had the Amish to build me. I started painting it and I didn't get through, so I had other things to do. I've got windows and shutters and things for other projects. But anyway, I just wanted to share with you the little barn I'm building. It's a 10 foot wide, a 20 foot long. It's going to have 11 little stalls, about 4 foot wide. These are about 4x4s. So they're about 4 foot wide apiece. My other shelters I had were 6 foot long. I had 6 foot long shelters. This is one little shelter. I had built this for a milking parlor, and it just wasn't wide enough. It's about 5-6 foot wide, and it just wasn't wide enough. So I built another one back down there. And this whole side right here was 6 shelters, and they were big. See how wide these are? And the pallets themselves was like, I don't know, 5 foot tall, about 6 foot wide. But they were, as you can see, they were, the slats wasn't as close together as the smaller ones. But these are big. And I had 6 of these. And I've still got this one. I've been tearing them down and using it other places. So I've still got this one. And I put hay on that to feed, you know, when it's raining. I put hay on that to feed. And then I've got this one right there that I just showed you that I had built for milk and parlor. It's got a top on it, so I put hay in there. I also made a hay feeder right here where I just put hay right here. And it's got a tin on top. And again, just makeshift tin, just different sizes of tin. And that's a plastic pallet that my brother gave me. And these are just pallets. And I put hay there. So they've got, and here's my little hay barn that I built. I can't hardly see, the sun's in my eyes. Here's a little hay barn that I had built. And that's got my hay in it. And here's a shelter that I built for them. And all 6 of them would get in here. This is 8 foot long, 4 foot wide. And I've got a little hay container right over there in the corner that they can eat out of. Anyway, I had picked that piece of wood up. Hey, Joy. Hey, Hoopy. But anyway, this is what they were staying in. And, of course, I've got the other 3 shelters that they were staying in. And I had 6 the whole length of here. But I thought I wanted a nicer barn. And I started this one. But like I said, it's not going to get finished before winter. Not the top, anyway. So, but all of them have 10 on them. See, all of them have 10. It's not upright, but I've got it laying across the 2 right here. And these 2 are the only ones that don't have 10 on the back. But I've got 11. So, and I've got this 10 laying here that I guess I could just scoot down there and that end would be covered. And I guess I could scoot that 10 that's not up yet over to cover that one. I'll do that. And anyway, that way just maybe one back will not have 10 in it. But anyway, when you're living the pioneer lifestyle, you have to do with what you've got. And my brother had given me a bunch of pallets because I did not have money to go out and buy lumber and stuff. And so I just built this little pallet barn, I call it, with pallet stalls. And it's going to suffice. As you can see, the does, I have seen 3 or 4 of them in one little stall. But there's one for each one, and there is a feeder for each one. And then they come right out here, and I've got a pool for their water. And like I said, I can feed hay. In the wintertime, I can put hay in there and their feed. But in the summer and spring and fall, I've got pallets laying all over the place because we're in Mississippi, and when it rains, it gets muddy. And so they love laying on concrete blocks. So I've got 2 concrete blocks all over the place for them to lay on. I've got a chair. I come out and sit in that chair, and they all come up to me wanting love. And when I'm not out here, every time I come, there's one or the other sitting in the chair. But I've got pallets laying across so they can get on and lay on. And I've got concrete blocks. And see, they're laying on them concrete blocks over there. That's Cheyenne on this concrete block. That two concrete blocks suffice them all. And there's Big Mama. She was laying on the ground. Hey, Big Mama. And this is Peace. She's standing on a concrete block. And this is my compost section. I did have one of these pallets went all the way over here to the end of the compost, and I had a door right here. And I'd open this door, and that's where I throw my compost at the end of the stalls and at the end of the. This is my milking stand, milking parlor. I've got some buckets in there of DE. I've got big garbage containers of DE and dehydrated alfalfa, things that I feed on the stand and I use in the pen. But anyway, this is my little herd. I've got Cheyenne, and this is Love, and where's Mercy? Mercy is over there in the corner, and this is their mom, which is Grace, and this is Hopi, and Hopi is Big Mama's daughter, and that's Moo Moo. My great-grandbaby named her Moo Moo because she said she looked like a little cow. And Cherokee, Cherokee's back here. Cherokee's getting back there. Cherokee, what you doing back here? Cherokee is Moo Moo's daughter from last year. There she is. What you doing back there? Huh? Anyway, I had 3 does last year to breed. And I've kept 4 babies this year. I've got Peace and Cheyenne, and then Love and Mercy. Then I'll have 10 does to breed next year. And I've got 6 to breed this year because last year I had 3. This is Hopi and Joy and Cherokee were born last spring, so they're breeding first time this year. So I had 3 breeding last year. I've got 6 breeding this year, and next year I'll have 10 breeding. This is my little herd, my little pallet barn, my little setup. It's a mess, but I got to get out here and clean it up. Yeah. I gave them some little salad tomatoes a while ago, and they've eaten, eaten, eaten. Some of them eat out of my hand, and some of them I just lay on the concrete block and they eat. And they've knocked some off, looks like, on the ground. But anyway, this is my little blessed herd. Name of my farm is The Secret Garden. And I have, we have storms and it breaks off sticks and things. And I try to throw them up on top of this thing and then get rid of them later. Well, I don't throw very well, as you can see. It's all falling back down. But this is what I got to do. Every few days I have to come out and clean up sticks and things, because the Lord is always pruning when it comes a storm or a hard rain. The Lord is always pruning the land. And I have to come and pick up sticks, which I haven't done in a few days. So I'm going to go. Hope you've enjoyed this little video of my little herd. Hey, Moo Moo. Hey. Hopi. Hey. Hey, Beauty. I named her, and she's registered, so I named her, and I already had named her Mercy, because when she was born, she had a lot of blood in her eye. I didn't know if she was going to be blind or what. And I prayed. I said, Lord, give me mercy and heal my little doe. Well, in a couple of days, all that blood was gone, and I named her Mercy. But then I noticed she's got, looks like eye makeup on. Looks like she's got little dots over each eye, like she's got eye makeup on. I don't know what you would call it, because I don't wear makeup. And I thought, well, I should have named her Fancy or Maybelline, because she's born with it, you know. Oh, Lord. Is it Maybelline, or was she born with it? And she was born with it. It looks like a little dots over each eye, like she's got on, I don't know, some kind of eye makeup. Anyway, they love this right here. Somebody's pulling on my blood. This was a table, and you could put it either way and put a top on it. And there's a hole in the middle of it. So that was a picnic table, right? You could turn it either way. I laid that down and put it in here when the babies was born this spring, and they have enjoyed that so much. They get on it, and it'll roll. Well, they've got it over here where it won't roll now. But they would jump up on it, and they would go through it. They would go through it, and then they'd back up and go through it again, and they'd jump up on it, and it would roll one way or the other. They have had much fun with that. See, here's another one. He has a Grace sitting in the chair. They love that chair. They fight over that chair. But you know what, girls? That's Mama's chair. That's my chair. That's the one I come and sit in so I can love on my girls. Yes. Anyway, a little longer video than I usually do. But I was just out checking for heat on the girls today, and this little one is in heat. And as you can see, she's just flagging, flagging, flagging. She was born February 14th, so she could be bred, but I don't think she's wide enough to pass a baby, not a big one. And if they have a single, it's usually a big one. And if they have a boy, it's usually bigger than a girl. So I will wait and breed her next year. Actually, all of them could be bred this year, age-wise. Because as long as they're a year old when they're kid, it's fine. A lot of people breed 7, 8 months old, 9. But I want to make sure they're able to pass a kid, and I don't think they are. So I usually wait till the next fall, and that way they're all about 15, 16 months old. Yes, because Mama wants to make sure they have plenty of room for babies and plenty of space to deliver without any problems. That's what This is my piece, yes. And all of my does are polled. I've got 3 bucks, and 2 of them are blue-eyed, and 1 is brown-eyed, and all of my little does are blue-eyed except 3, I think. Yeah. Moo, Big Mama, no, 4 of them. I've got 10 and 4 have brown eyes, and the rest of them have blue eyes. But I love my little herd. I call it Blessed Herd and Blessed Flock. I've got chickens and ducks also. And I call them the Blessed Herd and the Blessed Flock. And the Secret Garden is the name of my farm. It's a ministry also. I've got the Living Waters Creek. And a prayer cabin called the Upper Room. Yeah. And outdoor kitchen that I call, it's outdoor kitchen and dining area, and it's also our outdoor church and fellowship hall. I call it the Tabernacle of Jesus. So, just thought I'd give you a little bit of info on my farm today. I usually do little short videos. This one's going to be a pretty long one for me. But I just love my animals, and I'm out with them a lot. Either working in the pens, or feeding, or just sitting and watching them, talking with them, loving on them, making sure they're all healthy and doing good. So till next time, this is Homesteading the Pioneer Way, saying keep homesteading.